In this quick video brought to you by SoldFast.com, we're going to walk you through how to use Redfin in an attempt to discover your home's value for free without engaging a real estate agent. Now, we're going to start here with the home estimate. And for the sake of this example, we're going to use the property located at 839 Ridgetop Circle Drive. It's worth pointing out that Missouri is a non-disclosure state, meaning that they don't provide the sale price of what properties sold for. The best thing that we can work off of is the last listed price. So if you're in a state that does disclose this, it's going to be more accurate. If you're in a non-disclosure state, this is going to give you kind of a rough starting area. And the only way, unfortunately, to know what this stuff is actually selling for, more accurately what your home is worth, is going to be by engaging a licensed real estate agent like somebody on our team at SoldFast.com. Now, one other thing that's worth pointing out, they have this Redfin Zestimate of $380,000. Unfortunately, that's kind of a computer generated guess, and it's not going to take into account the condition of your home in order to give you an accurate picture of what your home value is. They can't look at things like, is the house next door boarded up? Or does the property need major renovations or updates? Maybe it was a rental property that got trashed. So this is kind of going to give you if your home was remodeled or updated in the average condition of the area, what would it sell for? Now, I will say they make this pretty easy. This is the neighborhood it's in. They're giving you a dead on, close to the property, which we love. When you're looking at comps, we want to make sure that we're comparing like to like. So it needs to be within 20% of the square footage. This particular property is 2,100 square feet. So I might look at a range from 1,600 up to like 2,500 square feet, but don't really want to go outside of that. We also want to make sure we're comparing the same amount of beds to the same amount of baths. And lastly, we want to look at what sold closest to the property as recently as possible. I would say this home looks a little bit more like this one than this one. This one looks a little bit nicer to me, but what we would do is simply click into these and explore. Does our home look more like this property, or does it look more like this property? There's a big difference between these two. If we look at the interior, like kitchen is pretty large on this place, massive island, great built-ins and woodwork, massive master shower, right? Or does our property match a little bit more like this one? Much smaller kitchen, less built-ins, less kind of trim work and stuff. The bedrooms aren't quite nearly as beautiful. I don't know why they painted the ceiling tan on these. That's an interesting design choice on their part. But, the master on this is significantly more dated than on the property that sold for substantially more money. It can be tempting to kind of try to ignore facts like that when we're trying to value our home. Like, would you like $360,000 or $415,000? But we do have to be honest with ourselves if we want to be able to come to an educated decision of what our home's value is. So what I would do if I was going to use these two properties as an example is add the list prices together, divide it, and come up with an average sale price as well as an average price per square foot. We've got a Google sheet that I'll link to that actually does that for you. You just paste in the data and it spits it out for you. So I'll share that as well, just to make things super simple for you. But realistically, it's kind of how Redfin functions. Now, Redfin is a real estate brokerage. So their entire goal is to get you to click this button so that they can send out one of their agents and generate a commission on the sale of your property. 3, 2, 1. Similarly, they're also going to be reselling your information. Similarly, they're also selling mortgage leads for folks that are shopping there. If we click Redfin Premier, you can kind of see what they're pitching here is, local. No, don't show that actually. Okay, cool. 3, 2, 1. If we hover over real estate agents, we can see that they want you to either become a Redfin agent or join their referral network. So that's kind of their goal here. That's why they exist. That's how they're making money. I would be remiss if I didn't point out that Redfin does offer like a discounted listing rate. They're typically around 1.5%. So if you're looking to save some money, that might be a valuable option for you. 3, 2, 1. On behalf of our team at SoldFast.com, I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial on how to find your home's value utilizing Redfin. We went with these two examples because they're closer to the subject property. They kind of match the condition. Some of these are getting a little bit too large, a little bit too fancy to really be comparable. I'm going to redo that actually. All right, 3, 2, 1. To keep it simple for this example, I just used these two properties. If we notice, we've got E and F over here that appear to be in like a totally different subdivision separated by a creek and stuff. So we're probably not going to use those. Might flip through some of the others though and determine, is this worth considering it's in that direct subdivision as a potential comp? 3, 2, 1. If I'm being blunt, these ones to me look quite a bit nicer than this guy with kind of the giant 2-story all brick front, very well lit. Probably explains why they went for a bit of a premium. All right, 3, 2, 1. On behalf of our team at SoldFast.com, hopefully you found this tutorial helpful on how to utilize Redfin in order to find your home's value. If you're looking to sell your property, we'd be happy to walk you through what it's worth on the market as is without you doing any repairs or updates, what it's worth if the property is retail ready to go, and lastly, what we could pay cash for your property. There's never any pressure. There's never any haggling with us. If we can serve you, go to soldfast.com and fill out the form. We'd be honored. If you're interested in learning about the options of selling your property, go to soldfast.com and fill out the form today.